Good afternoon, Forest families. It's the last Friday in October, and here's your week in review. I am here with my friend Kylie in third grade. She's in Mrs. LaFair's class. Kylie, say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Kylie, what are we doing in math right now in third grade?
We have to use a balance to measure objects in grams.
Use an object, so you're using a scale, right? So say they're giving you a teddy bear. You put the teddy bear on one side, you got to put different grams on the other side to see what?
To see and to make them balance.
Make them balance to find out how much that teddy bear really weighs, right? That's been pretty. Has that been fun?
Yeah.
They've been giving you different cool objects that you have to weigh?
Yeah.
You get to pick some of your own objects to try to figure out how it is?
Yeah.
What if I came down here? You think you guys have enough grams down there to balance me out? Probably not. All right, let's talk about science. What are we doing in science in third grade?
We're doing force and motion.
Force and motion, and we were learning a little bit about that last week. The student that was down here was talking about this. He was talking about how you push something, how much force it takes to move something. So those are the types of things you're still working on?
Yeah.
Fantastic. And what are we doing about reading?
We're working on nonfiction text features.
Nonfiction text features. So what's the difference between the fiction and nonfiction again?
Nonfiction is real and fiction is not.
It's like a story, right? Like the Clifford. Clifford's fiction or nonfiction?
Fiction.
Fiction. So if we're talking nonfiction, we're talking about text features. What are some of the text features that you're talking about?
Diagrams and charts.
Diagrams and charts. So when we're looking at like some data, it's our data pieces that go along with what we're reading, right? Okay. Writing, what are we doing?
We have to add voice to our writing, and we're also working on pronouns.
So adding voice to your writing. Explain what voice is with writing.
You have to make it sound like you're the one who wrote it and not someone else.
Oh, okay. And let me see. So that takes care of pretty much all of our core subjects. What's something that's big that's coming right around the corner for third grade?
Our Christmas concert.
Your Christmas concert. And when is that?
December 13th.
December 13th. Can you give me a hint of what you guys might be singing?
Believe from Polar Express.
Belief from Polar Express. I love that movie. That's one of my favorite movies, especially around the holidays. So, as you can see, doing a lot of good things, a lot of hands-on types things when it comes to science, with math, and the writings and what they're doing and reading about is connected together. So, good stuff. Say goodbye.
Bye.
This is one of my first graders. Her name is Brooklyn. She's in Mrs. Carter's class. Brooklyn, say hi.
Hi.
So, Brooklyn, what have we been doing in math this week?
We've been counting on the numbers, punching, count, and adding.
Punch count? Help me. What's punch count? What's punch count? Help me with that.
Like you do one answer right here, and you do a rest with your fingers.
Okay, so if I say 3, count on from 3 to 5. How do we do that?
We go 3, 4, 5.
So that's our punch count. Using our fingers counting on to get to 5. And then the answer would be what? What would have been the answer right there?
It would be 2.
2. Nice job. Give me some knucks. All right. Reading. What are we reading about?
We are reading about the bug bath.
The bug bath. And are you guys doing daily 5 centers yet in first grade? Where you're reading to self? Do you do read to self? Do you have your own book box? Do you do read to a friend? What's the rule with read to friend?
We have no rules.
Oh, you don't have to sit elbow to elbow, knee to knee?
Yeah, that's only, but if you're not comfortable, you can scoot a little bit.
Scoot over a little bit. Fantastic. And let me see. Writing, we're working on spelling words, right? So, what big holidays next week there, Brooklyn?
We have a Thanksgiving feast with all our friends, classmates.
And that is one of the traditions we have here at Forest. Every year, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving break, we pretty much shut down all of first grade, and the students get dressed up. The mom and dads get to come in, grandma and grandpas get to come in, and we get to have a Thanksgiving what?
Feast.
A feast. And I'll tell you what is a feast. We've got turkey, mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, pumpkin pie. Oh, it's a day that I look forward to, and I don't even eat breakfast because I'm going to be chowing that day, right? We're going to eat a lot of food today, aren't we? All right, Brooklyn, say goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, kiddo. I have my good friend Rory here from Mrs. Masters' second grade class, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Rory, what are we doing in math?
We are and meter sticks.
Meter sticks. So what kind of things are we measuring right now?
We're measuring like we have some pencils or a marker.
Or if I put my shoe up here, what would we do to measure my shoe? Give me an example of how we're going to measure my shoe.
We would get a centimeter stick. We would line it up right at the end of your shoe and at the end point, and we would look across, and where it ends, right here is where it ends, and you would see where it ends right on the mark at the number, and you would say that's how many centimeters it is.
Okay, and you can do that with the stick or the cubes, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, fantastic. Reading, what are we doing in reading right now?
We are working on a reading. We are working on why did the writer write the story?
Okay, so Dr. Seuss, One Fish, Two Fish, Three Fish. Why do you think Dr. Seuss wrote that book?
To entertain us.
Entertain us, probably for the younger kids to help them count, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's other reasons. Mr. Gribble's got all those books over there on the shelf. What do you think he read those for? And why did the author read those?
To learn.
To help me learn, right? Make me a better principal?
Mm-hmm.
How am I doing so far?
Good.
Good. All right. Writing, what are we doing in writing?
In writing, we
You're writing about Thanksgiving, aren't you?
Yeah, we're writing about the first Thanksgiving and what we're thankful for.
So, yes, next week is, what's next week?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. So, give us something that you're thankful for there, Ori.
My family and friends.
Yep, and I'm right there with you. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my friends. I'm thankful for you guys and working in an awesome school. This is a great place, isn't it? So, all right, Rory, second grade, doing a lot of cool things. My shoe didn't stink too bad, did it?
Mm-mm.
Okay, good. All right, say goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
I am here with Dominic. He is a fifth grader here at Forest, and I really don't want to say he's got a homeroom because he actually sees both teachers. So, Dom, what are we doing in math?
We just finished our module test.
Okay, and what was on that module assessment?
It was powers of 10 and decimals, multiplying, dividing, adding, and subtracting decimals.
Holy cow, that's a lot. And how do you think you did?
Really good.
Because obviously you had time to practice a lot, study a lot, all the different exit tickets, and working to make sure that you do and show that you're competent in those areas, right? Of course. And that's with Mrs. Wasik. So we go across the room to Mr. Newlands for ELA, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what are we doing in ELA right now?
We are about to finish up the hatchet.
Finish up the hatchet. Well, we've been going on that for a while. Fill everybody in where we're at.
So Brian, he basically he got hit by a tornado and all his stuff is messed up.
That would not be good. I could see why I'd be upset. And then, all right, so we have our two classrooms. You guys are fortunate enough you have an empty classroom over there, and we use that room for what?
Science and social studies.
So what are we doing in science?
We are doing studying the stars.
Stars, the solar system, stuff like that. Which last week we had the supermoon.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get to see it?
No. Clouds and trees.
Oh man, it was huge. It was bright. It was like the sun was out. And then in social studies, we're learning about what?
The Columbian Exchange.
Okay, and the Columbian or the Columbus Exchange?
The Columbian, that's what it was called.
Gotcha. And what can you share about that?
The Europeans basically brought over diseases, and they said about 90% of the Americans died of the disease, which is smallpox.
Oh man, well, and that's why we have a smallpox vaccine right now, so we're not getting sick anymore. So right now you're supposed to be where?
In band.
In band. Okay. And we talked to Mr. Beeson. Mr. Beeson says, yeah, go ahead, thumbs up. And you're playing what instrument?
Trombone.
Trombone. And why did we pick that?
Because I really liked the instrument, and Mr. Beeson, he wanted more of the trombone, so I picked it.
Very cool. And do we have a concert coming up soon, or are we still practicing?
We're still practicing.
Fantastic. All right, Dom. A lot of cool things going on in fifth grade. Say bye.
Bye.
I am here with my friend Ayanna from 4th grade, who's in Mrs. Curry's class. Ayanna, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Look at that smile. I never see her without that smile. It's just contagious. All right, Ayanna, math, what are we doing?
We are doing units with tape diagrams.
So units of measurement, so either liters, centimeters, liters, millimeters, centimeters, those types of things, but do a tape diagram. So example would be Mrs. Curry's giving you a can of corn, and you got to figure out the how many liters that is, right?
Yes.
Okay, so units of measurements in math. I walked down the hallway today, outside your guys' pod, and I see these pictures of some character with a hollow belly, with a piece of cellophane, and it looks like it's a character that swallowed a turtle.
Yes, it's Fudge from Tales of the Fourth Grade Nothing.
Oh, explain to them what this is all about.
Okay, so Fudge swallowed Peter's turtle at the end of the story, probably in the middle, and and we had to sketch Fudge with a turtle in his stomach, and we had to put characteristics about Fudge.
Also doing character traits, but with the idea of Fudge swallowing this turtle. You got to walk down the hallway by the pod. It's just silly looking at. There's a hole and there's this turtle in someone's belly, so it's quite interesting. All right, and writing. What are we doing in writing?
Transition words.
Transition words. So when work like at the end of a paragraph, going into another paragraph, those types of things.
Yes.
Okay. Now today is Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the favorite or your best part of going to Mrs. Hunter's class on Friday?
STEM Friday.
STEM Friday. What did you guys do today?
We had to make a project out of paper, tape, and scissors that would hold a science book.
All right, so you had, with 10 pieces of paper, tape, and scissors, create a structure that would hold up and support a science book.
Yes.
Okay. And how did your group do?
Well, we failed.
You failed?
Yes.
Yes, high five, you failed. Woohoo! That's awesome. Because what's nice about what happens when you fail? It's your first attempt in learning. And then, because if you fail, what do you get to go back and do?
Try it again.
You get to go try it again. Did you guys get to do that today, or are you going to do that next week?
Probably
Next week. All right. So, as you can see, they're having all kinds of fun, doing a lot of cool things. Character trait pictures of people eating turtles and failing in science. It's beautiful. It really is. So,
okay?
yes. High five. Say goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
Have a good weekend. I am here with my friend Donovan, who's in kindergarten in Mrs. Van Neck's class. Say hi to everybody, Donovan.
Hi.
So, Donovan, we worked on a number this week. What number do we work on?
7.
7. And they will learn how 7 is made up with different numbers and different coins and different diagrams and stuff like that. So we worked on the number 7. We also worked on identifying money, didn't we? So this one here is what?
Quarter.
A quarter. And this one is a penny. Nicely done. We also worked on 2 letters. What letters did we work on this week?
7 and 8.
No, letters. C and O. And there's O. There's one of my favorite songs by Cookie Monster about the C. Which song is that? You know which song I'm talking about? C is for cookie is good enough for me, right? You remember that song? All right, and we also worked on a shape. What shape did we work on this week?
Square.
A square. Other than that, we've been doing all kinds of fun things in there, haven't we? I saw you guys coloring teddy bears. You guys have been going out to recess, doing all kinds of cool things. But the nice thing is they're learning a lot of stuff, the numbers and their coins and their letters. All kinds of cool things, right? All right, say goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
So it's been another fantastic week here at Forest. If you haven't noticed my t-shirt, this is one of the books that came out this summer that I read. And as you can see, it says kids deserve it. And it goes a lot with the philosophy. And if you saw my Twitter feed this morning, I'm just going to go ahead and repeat it. It's just a lot of stuff that I do. And you know what? And our kids here at Forest deserve it. So it's kind of like a driving force for me to remember making decisions, looking what we want to do around here because our kids deserve it. So next week, it's a half week. Monday, Tuesday, we are out of school. On Wednesday at 11:35. 11:35, we're done. So, and then Tuesday, one of my favorite things, first grade festival, the feast, the Thanksgiving feast in first grade. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. So we have that going on. And then the week after that, we have our canned food drive. So we'll have more information going on that. Again, we're doing some great things around here. Please start preparing our children for the weather. Not today's weather. This is not November 18th weather. 70 degrees on November 18th. This is not good. But we're supposed to get some snow this weekend, and the temperature's slowly starting to drop. So let's make sure that we're come prepared for school. We have a coat on, hat, gloves, and maybe to that time of the year, especially once the snow starts to come down, we have that extra pair of shoes. So I want everybody to have a great weekend. You got 2.5 days, and we're off for a nice little Thanksgiving break. So I want to keep this short. Have a great weekend.